Nightcrawler is a psychological thriller directed by Dan Gilroy and stars Jake Gyllenhaal as the protagonist, Lou Bloom. The film is set in the world of freelance crime journalism in Los Angeles and follows Lou, an ambitious but morally corrupt man who stumbles into the world of night crawling, filming crime scenes and accidents to sell the footage to local news stations. Lou, who starts as a petty thief, becomes obsessed with this new line of work. He quickly learns that the more graphic and sensational the footage, the more valuable it is. Lou's lack of ethics and empathy allows him to cross boundaries, going from simply filming crime scenes to manipulating events and even committing crimes to capture the most shocking footage. His ruthless ambition brings him success, but at a great moral cost. The character of Lou Bloom is often compared to an anti hero or even a sociopath. He's driven by an insatiable hunger for success, and his cold, calculating nature allows him to exploit others without remorse. Lou's detachment from the violence and suffering he captures, combined with his eerie charm and intelligence, make him a chilling reflection of the darkest side of ambition in a media-saturated world. At its core, Nightcrawler explores themes of media ethics, exploitation, and the blurry line between observer and participant in the pursuit of success. In the ever evolving world of digital media, certain figures push the boundaries of ethics and taste to build their brand. In hip hop, DJ Akademiks stands as just one figure who has used a similar formula. And if you're wondering if that's why Kendrick Lamar hates him, yes, that's why. DJ Akademiks began his career by covering hip hop news and drama on platforms like YouTube and Twitch, but it was his War in Chirac series that first catapulted him into the spotlight. In this series, he chronicled the violence in Chicago's drill music scene, often with a sensational and, many argued, exploitative tone. Critics accused him of glorifying gang violence and using the deaths of young rappers for clicks and attention. This bears striking resemblance to how Lou Bloom, the protagonist of Nightcrawler, films and sells footage of real-life accidents and tragedies, profiting off the pain and suffering of others. And like Bloom, Akademiks understands the value of conflict in driving engagement, whether it's fueling beef between rappers like Drake and Kendrick Lamar or stoking tensions with artists like Freddie Gibbs. DJ Akademiks often finds himself at the center of hip hop's biggest controversies. By inserting himself into these conflicts, Akademiks ensures that his content remains relevant and his following grows. In much the same way Bloom escalates situations to get better footage, Akademiks fans the flames of hip hop beefs to generate more content and attention. One of the most troubling aspects of DJ Akademiks' career is his willingness to cross ethical lines for the sake of content, similar to how Lou Bloom manipulated scenes to get the most sensational footage. Akademiks often goes beyond mere reporting. His controversial comments about dating young women, for example, sparked outrage and revealed a willingness to push boundaries that many found deeply unsettling. Yet this controversy only seems to increase his visibility, just as Bloom's morally bankrupt actions earned him greater success in Nightcrawler. Akademiks has repeatedly been accused of exploiting tragedy for his own personal gain. His coverage of high-profile deaths like that of Pop Smoke and Nipsey Hussle often focuses less on their legacies and more on the sensational aspects surrounding their deaths. This mirrors how Lou Bloom films the aftermath of car accidents and violent crimes, knowing that sensational footage will sell better. In hip hop, where violence and tragedy are tragically common, Akademiks' role as an instigator has made him one of the most controversial figures around the culture. Nevertheless, an online content creator like DJ Akademiks can still benefit from their actions, even if they are controversial or wrong or harmful. During the highly publicized case involving Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, Akademiks came under fire for spreading false information about the case. He claimed that Tory Lanez's DNA was not found on the weapon used in the shooting. He was criticized for spreading misinformation and potentially influencing public opinion during the legal proceedings. In 2023, Akademiks sparked controversy again when he criticized the City Girls' career and album sales, which led to a feud with Saucy Santana. Queen Latifah later called him out for repeatedly disrespecting Black women while avoiding conflicts with men like Santana, accusing him of using double standards. And for the record, this is the very first time that DJ Akademiks, who, in case you're wondering, is not actually a DJ, but this was the very first time that he actually popped onto my radar, because Queen Latifah minds her good goddamn business, and so do I. And yes, in 2024, DJ Akademiks has inserted himself centrally into the confrontation between the Bompton campaign and the Canadian candidate. Throughout Kendrick and Drake's exchanges on the battlefield, Akademiks consistently sided with Drake, actively promoting his narrative on his platforms. He hinted at upcoming diss tracks from Drake and stoked speculation about how the battle might escalate. This isn't the first time Akademiks has tried to stoke the flames in the beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. As Akademiks has been vocal about his belief that Drake held the upper hand in the feud, even as Kendrick Lamar Hulk puny human smashed him several times. Still, Akademiks' commentary often inflamed the situation as he suggested that Kendrick's attacks were deeply personal. Duh, touching on themes like Drake's parenting and cultural authenticity. Yeah. At the same time, Akademiks celebrated Drake's resilience in the face of the feud, stirring up public interest by suggesting that Drake had more material in the works to retaliate. Insert crickets. Akademiks continues to insert himself to this day to amplify the feud, to grow his following, and to benefit monetarily from what is happening in the culture right now. While DJ Akademiks has built a successful career and brand through controversy, it raises important questions about the ethics of media in hip hop. Is it right to profit from the darkest moments in the lives of others? And what does this say about the audiences who consume this content? Just as Nightcrawler challenges viewers to consider the ethics of sensational news, Akademiks' rise forces us to think critically about the role media plays in shaping hip hop culture. And if you weren't thinking about it before, you're certainly thinking about it today. Ultimately, DJ Akademiks represents a new brand of media that unfortunately we've all come to get used to. Someone willing to cross boundaries and blur the lines between entertainment and exploitation. Much like the character Lou Bloom in Nightcrawler, DJ Akademiks thrives in an environment where attention is currency and controversy is the quickest way to gain it. But as we've seen with figures like Perez Hilton, the cost of building a brand on the pain and exploitation of others can be high, and the culture has already paid enough.